Hey folks, this is Tom from Anti-Proton.com, and my Atlas mount has just arrived. This Atlas Eqg Mount is a real, actual astrophotography mount, which I'm beating to death with my hand until it doesn't work anymore. It was out in the rain a little, which sucks, but I'm going to open it up and show you what's inside kind of informally and hook it up to my telescope. I have this Sami knife, so this is from Sami folks who are way up in north. And it's really, really nice. That is antler from a deer, and that pops off the deer, so they didn't have to kill the deer, so nobody complained about animal rights, because it's not an animal rights issue. And there's the dagger. So, well, actually, this is a knife, because it's not symmetric in both ways. So anyhow, let me get away from myself, and quickly open these up, and show you what's inside. Give me. Alright, let's start with this one. Now, normally I cut away from myself, but the cat's right there, so I don't want to harm the cat any. The cat doesn't know to stay away from the knife and has a tendency to suddenly move. So I'm just going to be careful. And let's do that. Let's go like that. It's pretty sharp. You certainly taped it enough, but that's good. Let's see here, I'm doing a poor job of cutting. Normally I'm really good at cutting. That's okay. I'm kind of doing this in a theatric sort of way, so like if you all weren't staring, I would be more invasive, and that means I would probably get deeper quicker. But anyway, what's going on? There we go. You get into it. Alright. So let's open this up right here and see what's going on. Now this is an informal video, by the way. It's just an unboxing, so you might hear stuff in the background. That's not me, but that's okay. That's what happens with unboxing videos. They're not formal by definition, right? So here's the mount. So the Atlas Eqg can hold 40 pounds of payload. So this thing right here can hold a big actual telescope. Now, I love my Star Adventurer, my Skywatcher Star Adventurer, love it to death, but it only holds 10 pounds, which is fine, that's what it's for. It's not meant for a giant telescope, but I need a giant telescope. I have a giant telescope, I'll show you in a few minutes. So let's see what's inside of this. Actually, I don't need to cut that open, it opens up. So here is the instruction manual, which I will read before I use this thing, other than being the telescope up, because I know how to do that. All kinds of warranties, it explains how all this stuff works. Explanations of how things work here, and we're here to help. One thing that would be really nice, and it isn't listed on here, is accessories you can buy, is that this mount makes a very strange sound when it runs. It sounds kind of like a coffee grinder a little bit. I've seen it in every single video on YouTube, so I don't know if mine will do it, but it's supposed to. If I didn't know any better, I would have freaked out and been like, oh my god, my mount is broken, and sent it back. But the reality is that's what it's supposed to sound like. And they really should have like a big sign in here that says, mount sounds like coffee grinder, so people don't freak out. But they don't. So we'll find out if mine sounds like everyone else's. Put that over there. Oh boy. This is the hand controller. 40-something thousand planets are stored in this. I'll do an official review of this whole thing, so I'll like have all the exact numbers and be like, it's 42,000. But I don't have those off the top of my head right now. So that plugs right in. This lets you go to, because this is a go-to mount. I'm not going to use it for much go-to. I'm using for astrophotography, but you can just, tell it to go to like Jupiter or something and it'll go there. All right. Here's all the cable stuff, the stuffuses. These things right here, this right here, interesting. This plugs into the mount and then plugs into the hand controller. This is interesting. A cigarette lighter? Oh, that's for plugging into here, into my battery, which you may not see in the shot right now, but I had it in the shot a minute ago. So you can plug that into, I guess, a car or anything that's around 12 volts, somewhere around there. I think it's 12 volts, 2 amps, 12.1 volts, 2 amps, something like that. But anyway, I'll put that over there. I have the AC adapter I purchased, so I don't need that. I mean, I do, but I don't have to have that. Don't know what this does. That looks like an RJ11, and that looks like a DB9 cable, so who knows? We'll figure out later what that connects to. That's the earlier one I showed you. It's this. Stop trying to rip open bags. Open up nicely. Aren't foolish. That is a plastic clip. I have no earthly idea what it does. It does plastic clip thing. Wait a minute. My brain has sent me a report. It has told me, after thinking about it quickly, that this will almost assuredly fit that. And then that probably hooks on. Okay, so we know what we're doing now. This tells you how to do it. Alright. Now, tools. Tools and sticking things. So now for the piece de resistance. Look, oh my god, look how big. Oh dear. Look how big that is. Alright, we are pleased. Oh my god. Make sure that's loose. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's heavy. Look at how heavy it is. This is all metal. Don't be like thinking this is a giant hunk of plastic. Metal. This little cap screws off and has a polar alignment scope in it. The cap is plastic, but if you unscrew it, metal. Every freaking thing here is metal. Oh my god. I love metal. I hate plastic. See what I mean? Look how the plastic's giving me trouble and the metal is not. This thing is beef. This isn't beefy. This is beef. USDA grade A. USDA grade A can't get it back on. Okay, this is my fault. I suck at these things. There we go. Oh my god, look at the heavy screws. So basically, that hooks in to the mount. This turns over. Telescope goes here. Oh my god, this is heavy. And the metal piece comes out of the bottom here that the weight's attached to. This, friends, is a legit mount. This right here is a boss. Say hello to the boss. Oh, now I gotta figure out what to do. Apparently I'm overcome by the boss. Oh well. So this was everything that was in the mount. Or the mount box, rather. So here's all the stuff we went through a minute ago. The only thing I missed were these two items right here that I found as I was putting the box away. So let's quickly open these and see what they are. Remember, unboxing. The whole point is to go through all the stuff. This isn't like a review, although I've already read all the reviews and this thing gets like epic reviews. This bar, I think, hooks here, probably. Yes, that bar goes there. And just, my God, look at that thing. It's just solid metal. Everything is solid metal. I mean, wow. I could kill a full-size troll with this, just whack. I'm talking about the mythical trolls, by the way. I'm not talking any other types. Okay, let's switch to Goblin. There we go. That way nobody's offended. Alright. So, I happen to be on a dungeoneering quest for D&D. This will be my D&D weapon. It'll be weight stick. That is a dovetail bar. I don't know why it's provided, but that's a dovetail bar, which is kind of cool. So let's, let me show you. There's an on and off switch. Auto guider port. I have an auto guider. 12 volt, 2 amp I believe input. Don't quote me, you read that manual before you like do something to blow your system up. Power, hand controller plugs in here. God, look at this thing. Look at these thick, heavy metal. Everything's heavy. Oh god, it's heavy metal. If I actually could play a musical instrument, I would grab a guitar because it would be heavy metal. Like, I'm just telling you, I hate plastic. I like metal. I like it. Now, let's see what's in the other container. Now for this. My floor is getting dirty from all the little bits that are breaking off. Huh, saw me do a good job. Knife's plenty sharp. It's this bloody packing tape. It literally resists everything. I hate rubbing the blade right down it like this. Now cats, stay back. You don't need to get cut. That's Little Mew if you see him, the black and white one. Black and white one is Little Mew. He's the Greek letter mu. Although in English, in the Latin alphabet, we say mu. The other one that you might see go by, the little fluffy black one, is Neko-chan. Neko-chan! And the, which just means cat, kind of, well, not the honorific part in the end, but the Neko part. And he's over there, actually. And then sometimes you might see the little panther-looking black one that goes by, and that's Drist. Drist. Like the dwarf, or not dwarf, like the dark elf character from, oh god, from the R.A. Salvatore series. Alright. What's this? What could it be? It's a flippin' weight. So that's a heavy weight. That I'm really weak to. Remember, nerd strength. Nerds don't have strength. So this is the one that ended up stuck this box in the rain for a little bit, and I'm kind of glad, because this is the one that doesn't have the electronics in it. I would much prefer it to be this one than the other one. So, trash. Another weight. Wait. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to throw that. But I am going to throw that. Alright, came right back. It's boomerang trash. Alright. Shoot that later. Alright. Metal thing. As you well know, every single mount has this piece that goes in the middle, called a metal thing. I have no idea what it's called. I would just call them metal things. Again, no plastic. No frickin' plastic. And for the price I paid, it better not be plastic. This was not cheap. Ooh, bubbles. What the heck, I'm on video. Okay, yeah, don't do that right now. Alright, we will get back to bubbles later. Sorry, I get easily distracted. Alright, you go here. And is there... Nope. And now here. Alright. That's why my house is filthy. Alright. Oh my god, this thing is a beast! Oh, now I know why they call it Atlas. Yes. This gets an A for tripod stability. You know tripods are never stable because like the legs are that big. For example, my crappy camera tripod. See? Look how stable. Yeah, this thing, I could probably throw a person's body at this and it would bang off and this would be completely fine. I don't even know what this is. I just know that this is really stable feeling. This is the way tripods should be. I should have used my obsidian dagger. My obsidian dagger is sharper than the steel. But I use this one instead. And that hangs down. Probably for this. By some means. Okay, hold on a second. We can figure this out. Okay, that tells me how that has to work. This would have to come off. Use a little bit of ingenuity to figure this out. Yeah, this is really metal. Every freaking thing. This is brass compression springs and stuff. Or not springs, but the little facets are brass. Like, even the facets are brass. I love that. This is great. Like, this is the quality that you want. Now it's almost... This is almost the quality that you want. Okay, that's what happens. That goes up and connects there. So we're going to put the mount on this in just a second. Let me go hook the mount on it. Oh yes. Behold. The thing doesn't even fit completely within the frame. Look at this thing. And it's like 100 pounds too. I can barely lift this. Yeah. So I'm going to go with this is a nifty little astrophotography solution. So let me go over the parts quickly with you. Alright, this is the Atlas Eqg Mount. Holds up to 40 pounds, tracks stars and other astronomical stuff, such as deep space objects, deep sky objects, depending on which acronym translation you go for with that one. So I can look at nebulae, I can look at galaxies, I can look at all of these things. So that's what this guy is for. And if you've seen my photographs before, you've seen that I already photographed these things, but I do so with this, which is not up to par for astrophotography. This is an achromatic lens. What that means is that it doesn't do a very good job of centering red, blue, and green colors in the same spot, so you get these weird distortions and stuff. They're not that bad. This is actually a good telescope. I love this telescope. But this guy right here is a catadioptric telescope. Specifically, the type is a Ritchey Chretien. And don't you say Chretien, it isn't Chretien. That's a completely different word from a completely different language. So Ritchey Chretien. So basically light comes in, goes all the way to the back and hits the objective mirror. It's a big old mirror in the back. And that parabolic mirror, it's parabolic, slightly curved, sends that light coming back again forward and hits a little mirror that's in the middle here. I'll show you in a second. And then that bounces and goes back down a tube, which comes to my camera. By the way, this is an old Canon Rebel G from like the 90s. I just hooked this on here to show you what a camera looks like. My normal camera that I use for everything is actually the one that's filming this. I need another camera, but you know, whatever. So this is a junky camera I just happened to put on. Oh my god, this thing is solid. Like, nothing would make it wiggle. So let's twist this. Which direction does it twist? I'm brand new to this. There, down. And this is pretty weighted right already. And how does it open? I don't want to hurt anything. That's why I'm not being rough with it. I'm trying to be like gentle with everything. First off, if I'm going to be wiggling it, I might as well unloosen it. Can't get lens cap off. Qualified to use it. Sure. So there is the lens. You can see the little one. It's not a lens. I keep calling it a lens. It's not a lens. There's the mirror, and in the back is a mirror. So that's that. Now let's tighten that up. And this little scope here is one. This is 400 millimeters of focal length. This scope's purpose is to point at a star or something and film it with a little camera that's in the back here and mathematically calculate any drift that's occurring. It's in tiny little corrections to this, which is the mount. So that's what this guy does right here. I go into that in more detail when I do a review, which I'm not actually doing right this second. So let me put that back on there. By the way, light baffles all the way down this thing to stop all that nasty orange low pressure sodium garbage light that comes in from my neighborhood. I live in a subdivision. I wish I didn't live in a subdivision. I can go to a dark site and this thing will be great, but in the subdivision I have all these horrible orange lights and this thing right here will cut that down without any problem. On the back, oh my god, look how this thing twists. I have a 50 millimeter by 164, I believe, millimeter off the top of my head, it's about right, spotter scope, and I just happen to have this Orion. No, Orion didn't pay me. I'm like, oh, and I've got this Orion thing. Oh, and by the way, I'll be having dinner later, and it's all funded by Orion. No, they didn't give me any of this stuff, but if they want to send me something, feel free. Anyway, this little guy right here is a Sirius Plossum. I always say that wrong, Plossum. So I'm all like, you say Ritchey Chretien correctly, and then I'll just mispronounce Plossum because obviously I'm a hypocrite. I think we discussed this last video, but that's okay. Using this, using this, I can quickly look and find where I need to be. And if that's not good enough, I have this wide angle one. So this is like a dorky, this regular dorky little finder scope. So this shows me the area where the galaxy is. So like I can find like Ursa Major or something like that with this. And then I can zoom in and find, I don't know, like Mizar and Alcor, or two stars I like with this guy. Use this to point at one of them and track it to keep it never moving. And then use this thing to image it. This guy has an 103 millimeter, if you like, a 8-inch aperture, and 1600 millimeters of focal length. So it's an f8. Remember, your f on telescopes is the focal length divided by the aperture, so f8. So that is 80 by 400, so it's an f5, so it drinks in a lot more light than this guy does. But this one can zoom in, if you like, it doesn't zoom, but it can look at a smaller but more expanded spot. Hopefully I'm describing that well. This sees more, but not in as high of magnification. This is more magnification. It's a little darker, but not too much. Look at this thing. You can unloosen this and then turn this any way you want. It has a 2-inch Oh my god, this thing's 2 inches, so that like you can fit nice big humongous eyepieces that are 2 inches on it. It has a regular focuser, and then it has a 10x focuser for super high, oh my god, super high resolution focusing. I can't wait to take this thing out for a test drive. And it's all nice and balanced, so I can do things like this and point it at whatever. So not cheap, but you know. Alright, so I think I got this thing down now, so no more manual. Alright. So object, name stars. Let's go slew somewhere. Not slew as in past tense of slaying somebody, because we're not doing that. Slew meaning to move somewhere. English has lots of homonyms. Alright, so we're going to go through named stars. This has like 42,000 objects, so like it can go everywhere. It thinks that it's pointing at M42 right this moment. I didn't set this thing up and point it at Polaris or anything, so God only knows what direction this is going to go. I just want to watch it, make sure it doesn't bump anything. Let's go to Sirius. Let's get Sirius. So enter. That's where it currently is. Do I want to go? Yes. Go Atlas, go! Go Atlas, go! I'm going to say it like that. Alright. Now, since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm preparing to hit the off button if this thing like tries to crash into something. By the way, the coffee grinding sound that I was told this would have and that I saw in all the videos isn't that bad. So that's probably why they don't include the paper. I was thoroughly ready for it to be terrible and be like, but it doesn't do that. Look at that guy, look at it go. Now my inexpensive one could do this too, but my inexpensive one couldn't hold 40 pounds. And this right here is 25 plus. I love this. So Sirius is apparently that way in my screwed up little world that I've set this to. When it gets there, I can adjust it and everything and put it on target. Oh yes, I will be going to the star party. Star party where the cool people go. So I'm going to go to a star party. I go to them every couple of months for my astronomy club. And when I show up there, I'm going to have a real actual telescope. For years I've said that this finder scope, that this little scope here is really a finder scope, my main telescope, and I wasn't joking. It really actually is. By the way, I love the ST80. I know I'm always talking smack about it, but I love the ST80. I really think this is a great telescope. If I were like a little kid, this is one of the types of telescopes I might have wanted right here. I love this thing. It's so strong and tough, never breaks or anything. But boss, how can we not like this? So this has been my unboxing. I figured just instead of just showing you the stuff, I'd like turn it on a little bit and make it do things. We could do a trick or something. I am in love. I am in love. So this thing right here, I don't even know what to say. All metal, super strong. This video's gone on way too freaking long. This is Tom from Anti-Proton.com. I have more videos coming, including some usage of this, but the next 5 freaking days is nothing but snow and rain. No! Gone! So anyway, as soon as the snow and rain is gone, I'll take this outside, even if it's crappy conditions. I just want to photograph something just to see that it all works right. So I will show you how that turns out. Anyways, this is Tom from Anti-Proton.com. My hands fly around randomly, and this is the Atlas just bought it, don't know what it is. This is the Atlas EQG from Orion. This right here is the Ritchey Chretien 8-inch RCT, if you like, telescope. This right here is the Orion ST80. It's a 80 by 400 millimeter. This right here is the Orion Starshoot. This sounds like an Orion ad, isn't it? This is the Orion. This is the Orion. This is the Orion. I forgot what it's called, but it's a little mini spotter scope that's all metal. Here is a different brand. There's a Canon. This is a Canon, but it's from like the 90s. Don't worry about it. That's also Orion. That's Orion. My power pack is Celestron. So there's another brand, and there you go. But anyway, that's it. This is Tom from Anti-Proton.com and a real telescope.